Have you ever wondered just how far football players will go to secure a win? Football, often called the beautiful game, isn't always so beautiful when players bend, or outright break, the rules in their pursuit of glory. The sport has seen its fair share of controversial moments, from handballs that crushed national dreams to theatrical dives that left referees and fans in disbelief. Today, we'll dive into some of the most shocking incidents in football history, moments when players were caught red-handed, sometimes literally, cheating their way into the record books. Thierry Henry's Handball of Shame, World Cup Qualifier, 2009. Let's rewind to 2009, a time when France and Ireland were locked in a high-stakes battle for a spot in the 2010 FIFA World Cup in South Africa. With the aggregate score tied at 1-1, extra time was ticking away, and penalties loomed large. Then, in a moment that would live in infamy, Thierry Henry controlled the ball with his hand before passing it to William Gallas, who headed it into the back of the net. The Irish players were furious. Replays showed Henry clearly used his hand, twice, to control the ball, but the referee missed it. France was awarded the goal, sealing their spot in the World Cup, while Ireland was sent packing. What made this incident even more controversial was Henry's admission after the match. In a post-game interview, he confessed to handling the ball but claimed it was instinctual, not intentional. For Irish fans, this was salt in the wound. Luis Suarez, the Hand of God in Africa, World Cup, 2010. Fast forward to the 2010 World Cup quarterfinals in South Africa, where Luis Suarez pulled off one of the most infamous acts of gamesmanship in football history. Uruguay faced Ghana in a match that was already emotionally charged, with Ghana representing the hopes of an entire continent. In the dying moments of extra time, Ghana had a golden opportunity to win. A header from Dominic Adair was destined for the net, but Suarez, standing on the goal line, deliberately punched the ball away. The referee showed no hesitation, a red card for Suarez and a penalty for Ghana. What followed was pure drama. Asamoah Gyan, Ghana's star player, stepped up to take the penalty. With the weight of a nation on his shoulders, he smashed the ball against the crossbar. The match went to penalties, and Uruguay emerged victorious. Suarez's reaction? He celebrated on the sidelines as if he'd scored a goal himself. After the match, he unapologetically called his handball the save of the tournament. In Uruguay, he was hailed as a hero, but for many others, he became the ultimate villain. Arjen Robben's theatrical dive against Mexico, World Cup, 2014. If there's one dive that still haunts Mexican football fans, it's Arjen Robben's infamous flop during the 2014 World Cup round of 16. The match was tied 1-1, and the game was heading into injury time when Robben, in a seemingly innocuous challenge, went down in the box. Rafael Marquez's slight touch appeared minimal, but Robben's reaction was anything but. He hit the ground with dramatic flair, writhing in apparent pain, and the referee immediately pointed to the penalty spot. Klaas-Jan Huntelaar converted the penalty, sending Mexico out of the tournament in a heartbreaking fashion. In the aftermath, Robben admitted to exaggerating the contact but denied diving outright. He described the incident as a natural reaction, though most observers, including many Mexican fans, saw it as nothing more than a blatant simulation. A goalkeeper's dirty tactics, Bundesliga, 2015-16. In a more unconventional act of gamesmanship, he was caught on camera scuffing the penalty spot with his boots, creating an uneven surface for the taker. While this may seem like a small act, it was a sly way for Swallow to gain a slight advantage. The practice, often referred to as spot scuffing, is not explicitly banned but is widely considered unsporting. The move went unnoticed by the referee, and the penalty taker, Salif Sain, missed the spot kick. This subtle tactic sparked outrage, with many fans and pundits questioning the limits of fair play. Was it a clever strategy or an attempt to sabotage the opposing player's confidence? In a dramatic episode during the match, Luis was involved in a minor altercation and, seemingly out of nowhere, went down clutching his face as if he had been struck. The cameras captured his antics, Luis rolling on the ground, grimacing in pain, while subtly peeking up at the referee. What made the situation truly ridiculous was that moments later, Luiz was seen laughing on the ground, revealing the entire act to be a complete over-exaggeration. The incident quickly went viral, with fans from all sides mocking Luiz's lack of self-awareness and his willingness to manipulate the referee. Though the referee didn't penalize Luiz for simulation, the moment made it clear that even the most respected players are capable of unsporting behavior. While some found humor in Luiz's antics, many others felt that his actions undermined the integrity of the game. Football is called a beautiful game, but these controversial moments remind us that it isn't always perfect. Is this clever strategy or outright cheating? What's your take? Were these players just trying to outsmart the system, or did they cross the line? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more stories. Share this with your fellow football fans and let's keep the conversation going about the game we all love.
Artlist.io